You've been running around in circles, trying to find your peace of mind. Think your world is falling to pieces, and a friend you're trying to find. Got a friend in Jesus at the city. You can find your peace of mind at the city of
Joshua 2:1, let's read it aloud. And Joshua the son of Nun sent out of Shittim 2 men to spy secretly, saying, go view the land, even Jericho. And they went and came into an harlot's house named Rahab and lodged there. Verse 31, by faith the harlot Rahab perished not with them that believed not, when she had received the spies with peace. Would you look at your neighbor? Say, neighbor, my life has been changed by my faith. You may be seated in the presence of the Lord. I want to talk about a life changed by faith. And Jetty, I want to start this message off by raising a question. And the question that I want to ask today is, have you ever stopped to consider the lives that lie behind the stories in the Bible? If you ever stop, brothers and sisters, to consider the lives behind the story, you will discover that when you look at them, what you discover is that all the men and women who are talked about in the Bible had issues, struggles, and challenges. In fact, brothers and sisters, the one thing that all of these people had in common was that Jehovah God had made a change in their lives. In fact, he had so transformed them that the change was so great and so radical that at times he had to change their names and their locations. In other words, brothers and sisters, what the Bible really tells us is that it does not matter who you are or what you've done, the power and grace of God is able to change your life. And when you really stop to think about it, brothers and sisters, whenever the saints gather together for corporate and collective worship, it ought not take Brother Willie and his wonderful singing. It ought not take Brother Ricky and Brother Huey and Brother Derek and all the other musicians, Brother Wells, and all of these musicians, Brother Wilbur, combined together using their musical dexterity to get you to praise God. Whenever the people of God come together as a corporate collective body of worshiping believers, there ought to be a spontaneous praise that breaks out in the camp when we remember what God has done for us. We ought not have to egg you on. We ought not have to push you and prompt you and tug you and pull you and beg you and get you excited. But there ought to be something just below the surface of every believer that is rumbling with expected praise that says, when I think of how good God has been, when I remember where he brought me from, whether there's a song or an organ, the praise of God is welling right below the surface. Anybody here know what I'm talking about? That it's not way down, it's right beneath the surface of your skin. That if somebody just brushes up against you, if somebody just touches you at the right time, in the right place, in the right way, you are liable to take off and start running around this building, because nobody knows like you know what God has done for you, where God has brought you from, and you know like nobody else, if it had not been for the Lord on your side, there's no telling where you'd be right now. I wish somebody could celebrate that I'm shouting today because I know he's made a change. Oh, Jesus. I know I'm not what I want to be, and I'm not all that I'm going to be, but I can cut a step right here because I'm not what I used to be. I ain't got no help up here today. Is there anybody here who knows I used to be what I am ashamed of? I used to be what made me embarrassed, but thank God he's changed my life. And folk who knew me then can't believe I'm the same person right now. Oh, Jesus have mercy. Would you just touch somebody on your way to your seat and say, you should have known me when? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm talking about before I got to Columbus. I'm talking about before I got to First Church. You should have known me when I was down and dirty. You should have known me when I was low down and conniving. You should have known me when I was sneaky. You should have known me when I'd cuss you out, stab you in the back, tell you off, give you a piece of my mind. You should have known me before I met Jesus. But since I met he's made a change. And the places I used to go, I don't go no more. And the things I used to do, I don't do no more. And the way I used to act, I don't act anymore. Because Christ has made a change in my life. If that's right, give him some praise. When Christ comes in your life, God, I feel like preaching this today. I said when Christ comes in, I didn't say when you get a degree. I didn't say when you graduate. I didn't say when you get a job. I didn't say when you move to the suburbs. I didn't say when you get some new clothes. I said when Christ. Hey, God, I thank you. When Jesus comes in your life, is there anybody here who will testify? He does for you what an education, what a house, what a car, what some clothes can. He makes a change. Somebody holler, I've been changed. And then tell you, I'm not ashamed of it. Said, as a matter of fact, I'll tear up a pew right now. I'll dump this aisle right now. I'm not ashamed of what Christ has done in my life. Everybody in the Bible, except for God and Jesus, had challenges, issues, struggles. But what they all had in common was Jehovah God, the great I am, had made a change in their lives. Now, nowhere, brothers and sisters, is this power of God to change people's lives, Clarke, better seen than in the story in our text. It's the story of Rahab, the hoochie mama. Rahab, the streetwalker. Rahab, the woman of the night. Rahab, the harlot. Why y'all getting quiet? I didn't say you, I said Rahab. Rahab, the duck of the diver. Rahab, the tobacco chewer. Rahab, the snuff dipper. Rahab, the number player.